What's up, Raiders? Bionic here. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're going to talk about Kreela Witch Harm yet again. This is going to be more of a guide to see if a free-to-play player can actually complete this Fragment's fusion. So I've had that question quite a bit as the free-to-play player. Although I'm a content creator and I do have extra perks, I have more than enough gems to get this done. But I still wanted to see if it is doable for somebody who's been playing for a relative amount of time. Okay, so I get that for a brand new player this would probably not be possible, but I like to think that even free-to-play players can complete these events. So what I've done in the past is I've shown you guys this calendar. Although it's good, I feel like it doesn't give you a complete picture. It's a little bit harder to see exactly when you should focus on what. So instead, what we're going to do today is use this spreadsheet right here, which I've updated. I've shown it before with the points and the fragments. Now we have all the events mapped out as well. So what this is going to do for you guys is give you a better overview of when the events or tournaments overlap and how many fragments you get for the certain point milestones in each of them, okay? And what I have on the right-hand side over here is then going to be sort of like plan A, which is what I'm doing right now, and perhaps next time plan B, which would also be quite doable. So what I've tried to do here is to go for the easiest points. Therefore, a free-to-play player, a low spender, or even a whale, whatever, could be able to do this for the minimal amount of investment, okay? So I'm able to do it with literally not spending any gems, but even if I would have to spend gems, they would probably be gems generated from the events themselves. I got a couple of examples here for you guys, right? We have this one right here, which is basically the Summon Rush, 50 gems right there. I went all the way to 3,500 points, so I know I would have at least that. Sorry, let me go back to the second one and this here. In this one this was the Artifact Enhancement event. I got 15 at least. I made it all the way to the fragments, maybe even a little bit past that one. I think I made it all the way to the energy. This little extra energy counts, right? This extra energy counts as well. That all helps you complete the events and tournaments. So that's what I mean by free to play. It's at least using the resources that you generate from doing all these events and the tournaments, okay? So back to the calendar right here. The new format for the calendar, probably gonna go forward with this in the future for fusions as well. So we started out with the Summon Rush, which I guess the comparable would be the Champion Chase tournament. Which one to focus on? Because we did not know the points and because we had a 2-chance sacred event, I decided to go full on for the Summon Rush, get all 30 fragments. Even if you would not be able to do so on plan B, I say that you would have made it to only 1,070 points, okay? And then I'm going to assume that you get the rest of the points elsewhere in the other events and tournaments. But for me, I decided to go with that. Artifact Enhancement event, the first one was at 1,000 points for 10 fragments. For the second one, we still don't know. I'm going to assume it's at least 1,000 points, if not more. I say more because we see it here with like the Fire Knight, Ice Golem tournament. There were different points, okay? So let's just, let's prepare for the worst. Let's just put it at that. Then Dungeon Divers event, I thought it was going to be about 1,700 points. Turns out it's 3,000. Still doable, okay? Because the duration of the Dungeon Divers event is overlapping with 3 dungeon tournaments. We have the Ice Golem, the Dragon, and the Spider for 1 day, depending on when it starts for you. So different time zones, I guess, but I'm gonna say that this is doable, okay? The amount of days that you have and the amount of free energy you get from regeneration, your daily quests and whatnot, is enough to reach 3,000 points. You get roughly 0.8 point of a Dungeon Divers event per level 20 runs, okay? Just put it that way. And then for the tournaments themselves, you get about 1.1 point per energy spent. Okay, so a little bit more for the dungeons themselves, but that's how I track this. Therefore, doable. Okay, so I put those 10 points in. Now we got the champion training event, which I'm going to say I'm a little bit surprised. This is harder than I thought. It's 1,800 points for 5 fragments, and then 5,200 points for another 5 fragments. So 10 right here locked behind 5,200 points. I should have done the champion training tournament. But what I like about the champion training event is that you have all of the fragment event himself, all the way to perhaps the, what is it, like the last day or so to be able to accumulate, let's say, extra chickens, extra energy, or something of the sort, and then you would be able to focus on the last 3 days, assuming you've done your spider tournament on time. Therefore, it's still going to work for me, but because it's 5,200 points for an extra 5 fragments, I decided I'm not going to even push for that. Instead, I'm going to get 5 fragments from the first milestone, 1,850 points, and then I got a really easy 5 fragments from the Champion Chase tournament by simply grabbing, what's her name? The new login reward. Her, Tainix Hate Flower, right? So that was 250 points. That's basically a gimme. Now, I get that you guys don't always have that, or it doesn't probably time properly with you grabbing your daily login rewards and like a Champions Chase tournament. So we're not always going to rely on this. What you can do though for the future is that hold on to anything that's a fragment fusion, like a Horden. If you would have grabbed the Horden during this Champion Chase tournament, that's 250 points. If let's say you have your Drexstar ready to go, that's 600 points, 500 points, whatever the pointing is for that. But you can also have an extra Relic Keeper ready to go, or maybe you have a Broadma ready to go, you know? So that's little ways or little things you can do to increase your odds of being able to complete this. Okay, so because I'm going 5 here and 5 here instead of going 10 like I originally proposed from the champion training event, I'm still good. Okay, I still have my 100 points here. Arena Onslaught, we're also going to assume it's the same points for both tournaments, therefore an easy 10. Fire Knight was 1,500 points, Ice Golem 1,000 points, Dragon 1,500 points, Spider probably going to be around 1,500 points. If we're lucky, it's going to be 1,000 points. I will point out that Ice Golem, though, what's interesting is a lot easier to complete. And then we had a Void Shard at like 2,000 points. So that was really good. I still ended up pushing a little bit with the extra energy, that 500 energy that they gave us for free. So that helps out as well. I used it on the Ice Golem to get a Void Shard instead. Okay, so far this is the plan. I'm gonna stick to it. So I only need to do this layer of the champion training event. I can do more. I can spend gems and do more. That's not the problem. What I'm trying to prove here is that yes, you can do this as a free to play low spender, the whole thing, right? So on plan B, what I'm doing here for you guys, instead I'm saying you're not going to be able to complete the last layer of the summon rush, because let's face it, 3,500 points is hard to do. And we had a 2-chance sacred. I was lucky enough to have enough shards saved up. I use like 10 sacreds to do it, right? So here instead, I'm going to say you only do the first 2 milestones. Then I'm going to assume you do both Artifact Enhancement event, right? Dungeon Divers event, you got to do that one as well. Then I'm going to say that you're able to do a little bit of the training from the Champion training event towards the end. And then I'm going to say Champion Chase, you get 5 easy fragments. You can do this with mystery shards as well, so quite doable. Arena Onslaught, both of them, yes, all the dungeons. And then I'm going to assume as well that you had to do the champion training tournament. So what's the difference between plan A and plan B? Shards versus food, whichever you have saved up the most. So again, this is really just the same thing I've been preaching since I've started playing this game. Save your resources and use them at the right time. This is exactly what I mean by this, okay? So in my case, I had a lot of sacred shards saved up. I went for that. I did not have a lot of food saved up. I also did not really do the champion training tournament. I was kind of just working on the Dungeon Divers event, and because you get more points from doing level 20 dungeons than you do from doing 12-3 brutal, I decided I'm going to stick to the dungeons. Therefore, for me right now, it is working out without really having to spend, and I have enough food saved up right now. Basically, I got like some chickens and whatnot. I already have enough to do at least one rank 6 champion, whichever one it is going to be. I have a rank 5 here ready to level, rank 5 here ready to level, a couple more here to do for food, right? So I know I'm good. All I'm saying is, again, just be prepared, note what to expect in terms of points, and just go ahead and like calculate how many you need. Prepare beforehand. That's all it is today, guys. Again, a quick guide, a quick update on my strategy to complete this. I want to know where you guys are at. Have you been able to complete it so far? Or are you going to wait all the way towards the end like I am doing to literally do it without spending any gems or money, right, to complete it? Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.